Chapter 2. That's technically 4, but 2. Yeah, we finished Seal yesterday, or 2 days ago, because I was a little bit tired. And let me actually pull up the game, because that makes it a little bit better with, now you can actually hear it, because I'm still learning how to stream on my computer. So we're gonna start Demise. To recap everybody in what happened. Yeah, we couldn't save Seiko, she got beheaded, fun shit. So in we go. Suzumoto. It's a Yoshiki and a Yumi. What? Why was I lying on the ground? My vision was blurred and indistinct. Maybe it was the blow to my head, or maybe it was because of all the tears in my eyes. I'd been forced out through the infirmary door and tossed like a ragdoll into the hallway. Oh, it's Mayu. I could barely breathe and was completely unable to move. I wish I could slip away into unconsciousness. Hello, I'm well, how are you? But my agony was keeping me in the moment. My abdomen. We're playing Mayu. She's the one who was thrown against the wall. I put my hand to it without thinking, and a sharp pain flew through my palm as well. I looked down. That whole area of my body was soaked with blood and liberally pierced by large pieces of glass, many of them the size of drafting triangles. I was certain some of them must have sliced all the way through into my internal organs. Oh God, why? Why was this happening to me? Hey, lady? No, help me, please. Through my veil of tears, I could just barely make out the face of a young girl with an unearthly blue glow about her. She was looking right at me and seemed concerned. No. As she got closer, I could read her expression more clearly. She was smiling and staring into my soul with one good eye and one empty socket. Will you come play with us? Eh. Oh, hello, little children without heads. All at once, I was pulled up into the air with incredible force by the other two faintly glowing children. One of my arms was being held by the spirit of the young boy, while the other was being held by the spirit of what I assumed to be a little girl. I couldn't tell for sure since everything above her jawline was missing, leaving me with no facial features to read. Her head was like half-eaten fruit, with bottom teeth in place of seeds. I could see her vocal cords fluttering and her throat contract with every giggle. Based on her size, I'd estimate she was still early grade school age. She held my arm tightly, and her shadow silhouette gazed at me innocently. Her voice box gyrated a little, and her throat opened and closed rhythmically, producing a gurgling sound that might have been a chuckle. She then said, "Let's find Africa. You can be the pun." I tried. All three children were now staring right at me as they were studying an ant's movement just before squishing it with their thumbs. In one single rough motion, I found myself flipped 90 degrees downward. I was facing the ground and could sense myself moving forward rapidly. What? And there is Mayu. What a strange sensation. I was now staring up at the wall from the floor. There was a large slathering of chunky red bits strewn all over it. Their dull earth tones clashed heavily with the wall's worn-out gray hues. It looked almost as if someone had winged a juicy pomegranate against it with all their might, except there was no pomegranate. It was a person. It was me. My limbs were ripped clean off, and my belly had burst open into conglomeration of glistening blood, entrails, and other miscellaneous bodily fluids. The force of the impact was enough to scatter parts of me all the way to the ceiling. I was an unsightly mess of slimy globules and viscera. The smell was intensely foul, but then it was a conglomeration of raw meat, after all. Never mind the fact that it was my meat. And I was just a head. A severed head, torn off at the neck on impact, staring up at what was left of me in my last few moments of consciousness. Poor Mayu. It's made it 10 times worse. A whimper wheeze. Was that a dream? What an awful dream. Absolutely awful. And worst part is, it was so vivid, I could even smell it. Wait. Where am I? This isn't right. Yeah, I'm confused too. I was just in the classroom helping with cleanup. Is this part of the festival, maybe? Class 5 was hosting a haunted house. Maybe that's where I am. God, I hate this kind of stuff. Shig, Miss Yui, Shinozaki, Mochita? Why is nobody saying anything? Come on, that's enough, please, just stop. There was no response. There's only a deep, all-encompassing silence that hung in the air like fog. Yeah, what was that? An earthquake? This really isn't funny anymore, guys. Despite continuing to plead with my friends, I knew this was reality. I had no choice but to accept it, no matter how much I wished it weren't true. A set place like this, after all, was beyond the abilities of even the most professional theater tropes to create. This is no haunted house, is it? So where am I? What happened to me? Where's everyone else? Somebody please save me, Shig. Were those children? They're the same children I saw in my dream. Ooh, you're entering search mode already, huh? Got a bad feeling about this room. I feel like if I enter, I'll be done for. Don't go in. I decided to follow my instincts on this one. Rather than entering the creepy infirmary, I'd be better suited trying to find my friends. I still couldn't believe I was really in this place. I was transported somewhere horrible. And if I was here, that meant the others probably were too. I just needed to meet up with Shig. That alone would be enough to keep me going. Book of Shadows, Episode 2. Demise. It's the what-ifs of the bad ending. And the endless loop. But it's kind of nice playing Mayu, because we didn't get to. The science door lab is locked. It was a young girl. She seemed to be in her mid-teens, and she was wearing a school uniform, suggesting she was indeed another student from somewhere. But something wasn't right. Upon closer inspection, I realized this young girl was very much dead. She's dead for real? Ugh, she smells. I wonder how much time had passed since she died. Externally, she still looked to be mostly intact, but internal organs had clearly begun to decay, with various and sundry fluids leaking out onto the floor all around her. Drawing in for a more detailed look, I noticed that both her eyeballs had been stabbed with pencils. No, you've got to be kidding. She's dead. She's dead. What do I do? What do I do? The police. I have to call the police. My cell phone. I tried dialing 110 Japanese emergency services, but the call wouldn't go through. No, am I out of range? I'm sorry. I guess I can't really do anything for you. I'm really, really sorry. I feel like I'm going to be sick. This is what happens to all of us after we die. There's something written here in chalk. It smells so good. The smell of tasty meat. Where is it coming from? No, thank you. It's a ghost. Please, my body, hide it. What? Hide my body. Are you the owner of this body? So you want me to hide you? I don't want people to see me like this. I don't know what to do. Can I help this person? Try to help. I wish I could give you a proper burial, but maybe I can at least find a blanket or something to cover you up with. I'll see what I can do. Okay, so we're going to be looking for a blankie blue. There's a large hole in the floor here. It won't be possible to go any further down the hall in this direction. Alright. You can go all the way that way. No, there's gonna be a hole. Okay. tightly with desks, making it completely impassable. I couldn't possibly clear these away by myself if only one of the boys were here to help me. Shake doesn't much care for manual labor, though. What was he said during the setup of the festival? This sort of blue-collar work is beneath me. It's far better suited for the likes of Kishinuma. Getting him to move even one desk was like pulling teeth. Searching hallways then. Let's find the blanket. Or something to cover the ghost with. They're going to be good little helpers. The door's still going to be locked, I'm sure. Of course, if what the girl said was true and that you can't escape death in the area, it makes me question then. How will this girl die differently then? They said you have to. I'm a weak little cuts who like taking photos of dead people. Shiroi Fujiwara. I could put her in a hole. Hide my body. How would you like me to do that, ma'am? Let's just go into the hall then. I don't think it wants me to go into the nurse's lab. That's what it was implied in the first one, that we can't escape death, but... if anybody sees something I don't when I'm looking around, let me know. Looking for something. Don't think we're gonna want to go into the nurse's station, because that seems unwise, because that's how we die. Oh, hello. I think Dusty, with the looks of it, is the sheet that goes to the infirmary bed. That should be big enough, right? I rolled up the dusty sheet, put it under my arm, and returned to class 3A. Not very clean, but it seems to fully cover you, at least. Thank you. It's no problem. I understand where you're coming from. As a girl, it would be embarrassing for other people to see you like that. Be sure you hang on to the sense of sympathy. In this place, things like kindness, friendship, and consideration can be easily corrupted. What's this? What is this? What's this? Looks like some kind of charm. Wired paper charm. Was this a thank you gift from the girl, maybe? I'll have to make sure I put it in my student ID holder so I don't lose it. Maybe this is completely gone now. Still there. If something's supposed to happen in the hall, it triggers without me having to, like, actually pick the right hall. Maybe it's time we go into the nursery station. It's too big to jump, but if a plank were laid over it like a bridge, it might be crossable. So am I looking for a plank now? Perhaps? Oops, I went one too far. Yeah. That's why one of my people are worried that I have a gun because of my depression. My psychologist is like, yeah, she's not gonna do that, she's too pretty. I was like, okay, thanks. I think I have to find a plank. Aha! I is smart. A little slow, but I found it. It's blended in very well. Or it wasn't there before. Who knows? Seems sturdy enough. It should be possible to cross from here now. Onward to the first floor from the second floor. A candle! Ah, I recognize this. It's one of the Shinozaki's candles for sure. That means everyone else must be somewhere in here too. Indeed. Excuse me. Did you get your errands done yet? Or did you just kind of decide not to do it? Oh, hey, this looks like the school entrance. Maybe I can get outside from here. There are skeletal remains here. Whoever this was seems to have died a while ago, as the bones are already bleached white. Judging by the stature and clothing, this was probably a middle school girl. There's a bloodstained box cutter lying on the ground nearby, suggesting a likely cause of death. Said the student name, ID name attached to the uniform. Hina Hirose. Oh, I think my girl's just gonna go around helping spirits, apparently. I don't want anything to do with you. We're just friends, and we're not even that anymore. For you to do what you did just because you are a teacher or there are no teachers or adults around, it's disgusting. Disgusting. Positively disgusting. Just die. Die already. The door's frozen in place. I can't even jostle it. It's like a solid wall. Something is definitely very wrong here. Sure you don't want my help, dear? I could try to help you, dear. Unforgivable. I thought we were friends. I hope you die in agony. I'll go back in and... There we go. Hello, little man. Just as I was about to leave the entry, the spirit of the little boy suddenly materialized in front of the door. I remember his face. It's him. What do I do? If he catches me, I'm done for. I immediately duck into the shadow of the shoe cubbies, doing my best to stay out of sight. Oh, Gaio! Let go of me. I have to find Shig and the others. Okay, so I don't click them. What happens if we go back? Is he there again, or is he not there again? Go in the locker room? There's just decoration on the wall. Okay, so I guess we're going to the other wing. We're gonna try. We might not be able to. Yep, we got there. Okay. Like, my brain is picking up where we are in the actual game, like I remember. There are numerous papers scattered on the floor. They seem to be torn pages from a notebook. The battered notebook they came from is also lying just a few feet away. Most of the pages are soaked with blood or other sundry fluids, rendering their content illegible, but a few sentences can be made out here and there. Apparently had strong feelings for her for a long time. He's God's gift to wit. Jump Jock thinks just because he's good at sport. How he isn't God-forsaken, the guy who sees her like that. If he tries anything, I swear I'll kick his. Don't let him get away. Well, she and I will find a way back home together. Though I have to. Scared. Writing about her best friend, huh? Sounds like she came here with a friend and swore to protect her from someone else they knew, but shaking everyone else, you're all still out here somewhere, right? I feel bad taking it. This notebook might come in good hands. Maybe I'll run into the best friend or that boy. Sounded like that one in the hall downstairs. Based on the size. Let's see. Ayaka Shimizu. Fate never changes. How strange. I feel like I can breathe just a little easier in this room. Maybe Shig and the others have been here. Or maybe just wishful thinking. The rusty key sits on the teacher's podium. Atop the note says, "Do not use this key under any circumstances." I wonder what it's to. Seems like human hair and skin hue. An old yellow class newsletter. Looks like it's just an article out of the local newspaper with photocopied. Child abduction and murder follow court. It's hard to imagine what a bereaved family, friends, and victims have been going through. Classmates of the deceased will be dedicating memorial portraits and flowers in their honor, and the school chorus is slated to sing for them as well. We'll come back for the key later. For now, let's go back down and see if that notebook can be given to the girl in the exit hall, because she was talking about. It's not. Back we go. We'll come back and grab the key if we need it, but it says not to take it, and sometimes I trust it when it says not to take it, because if I take it, something bad's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna die. Yeah. And I don't wanna die. The reference room seems to be locked. Aha! That's what the key is for. He said a skeleton remains still in the process of decaying. Based on the height and it seems to have been a junior or senior high school boy. A pair of spiked shoes lying on the ground nearby. Maybe he was an athlete? His head seems to have been detached from his body completely. Not a lot of blood on the floor, but it nonetheless seems logical to conclude that this was the cause of his death. As expected, the student ID tag seems to have survived intact and is still pinned to his uniform. Mitsurugi Amano. I bet you're the one they all hate. No, I didn't intend for that to happen. I just wanted to tell you how I felt. But then you had to go and die. Was this in regards to the dead girl I encountered in the entrance? She seemed to be wearing the same school uniform as her. What really happened here? I feel like I'm missing something. It gives me the creeps, but maybe I should go back and examine the girl's body more carefully. Okay. Uh-huh. Scott remains here. I feel bad doing this, but I really need to take a closer look at you. There's a box cut on the floor next to the girl's body. Its blade is jagged and crusted over with blood. It's clearly not usable anymore, but everything seems to indicate that this is what was used to kill her. There's a sticker label on the back of the handle with a name written on it. Its owner, perhaps. It says Ayaka Shimizu. Ah! The notebook I picked up earlier suddenly fell from my hands, and despite the air being completely still in the room, its pages began to flip as soon as it hit the ground. Most were blanked. The very last page contained a few hastily scrawled sentences. Hina is mine. I will always protect her, always. I'm not about to lose to a man like that. Damn Amano. Hina seems like she might have a crush on him. So what do I do with my feelings, then? I can't simply hand them off to someone else. I've made up my mind. Will kill before. Hina, I love you. Student ID must be hers. Hina Hirose. There are crooked, hastily scribbled letters on the memo section of the back of the student ID booklet. It's unclear what was used to write them, but it certainly doesn't look like ink or pencil. They read, "You're no friend, you're no friend. You're an asshole, you're a pervert. Don't touch me, don't say you love me. I loathe you, our friendship is over." How could she? To a dead girl, no less. That's absolutely awful. I can't take it anymore. I don't want to be in a place like this. I didn't want to look at it, but I decided to hang on to the student ID book. I thought maybe it would yield some valuable clues down the line. And I did whatever I had to in order to see Shig and the others again. It's so sad to see what happened between friends. I hope you're at least able to rest in peace now. Friends. I guess in that regard, I've really been blessed. My friends are all happy, fun, beautiful people. I wish I could see them. I wonder where they are right now. You poor lady. Mayu? Mayu! Someone's yelling my name. Is that... Mayu, can you hear me? If you can, please say something. Shig! I'm right here, Shig. Shig, I'm here. Can you hear me? Where are you? Mayu, where are you? Wait, Shig, don't leave me. I'm right here. The calls had stopped. The voice was long gone. He must have wandered too far. Shig, didn't my voice reach you? Was I not loud enough? He can't have gone too far, though. Shig, if you can hear me, say something. I wonder if she's actually dead and this is like her ghost floating around and she doesn't realize it. Just a thought. I'm guessing I need to take the key. Note this says not to use this because he could be important. I should take it with me just in case. door locked or is it sealed shut like some other things? It isn't shaking at all when pushed, yet somehow it comes across as unopenable. Maybe the rusted key will use the rusty key. Nope, seems it's the wrong key. Oh, okay. It tricked me. Maybe it opens that other classroom then. Let's try 1B. Maybe the key will open 1B. Well, we're not getting anything here. Back down we go. Oh. Shig, where are you? I've been looking all over for you. Are you over here? I just want to see you. No, stop it, Mayu. If you start crying over something like this, imagine how badly Shig would tease you about it later. Another earthquake. So I think I was. He probably triggered this. The tremors were so intense. I was unable to keep standing. I fell hard on my bottom once. Dude, I just slipped from my screen. The scrap of paper from the Sachiko charm must have shaken loose in the process. It slipped out and snaked its way haphazardly on the floor. Was it finally over? I cautiously pulled myself back to my feet, and that's when I realized the floor. No, the whole hallway had changed. Cracks and holes in the floor had somehow been sealed up, and the window that was there before was now completely gone. I couldn't really come to terms with what I was seeing. Was this reality? What kind of hell was I stuck in anyway? I was getting goosebumps all over my body, and my mind felt like I was shutting down. Then I saw the Sachiko charm scrap and snapped back to my senses. God, I've got to be more careful. I almost lost this. I scooped it up, thinking of Shig standing next to me and everyone else smiling, laughing during that ritual. My body was trembling in fear and my vision was beginning to blur. This place was taking its toll on me. Pleasant memories of friends were all I had left. Why? Why is this happening? So in other words, they won't let us use the cultural assembly stage. Unfortunately not. I got us permission to use it on the phone, but I guess that really doesn't do us any good if the advisor in charge isn't on board. Anarchistic nonsense. Not much we can do, though our own advisor isn't exactly known for his enthusiasm. Putting on his own show outside the school would have its own problem. And you're content just to leave it at that? The script is already finished, you know. Maybe I should try my hand at negotiating. Just because they're adults doesn't mean they necessarily deserve all the respectful platitudes that we're expected to give them, after all. Go for it. What's so funny? Oh, nothing. Really, I was just thinking how cute you look when you're mad. Don't be stupid. I'm kidding, really. I'm just happy you're here to get upset over something like this for me. Well, I'm not good with conflicts. It's kind of refreshing to have you get angry in my place. Quirky as ever, I see. By which you mean I've got lots of personality, right? Just another reason I'm the poster girl for the drama club. Yes, I suppose you could say that. Of course, I do more than just act. I also write scripts, I produce, I make costumes. It's tough being such a Renaissance woman. You're very strong, Mayu. Huh? You're a strong person. Even when things are looking down, you always have a smile on your face, and you've always been so mindful of family and friends, much more than I am. You're always willing to shed a tear in sympathy when its times are tough, no matter who's watching. Come on, Shig. Is that supposed to be some kind of pickup line or something? I mean, you're the one who's always saying I'm unreliable. No, I'm simply speaking from the heart here. There are different kinds of strengths in the world, after all. Yours is, how do I put this? Yours is bountiful. It's a strength that never falters. No matter what trying times await, and no matter how many times you stumble and fall, you're the type who will always get right back up and try again. It's a substantial strength, too. Substantial enough that even a cold human being like myself can plainly see it. Shig. Oh, how cute. It's not true, Shig. I'm not that strong. I'm not just good at making myself seem that way in front of other people. But in reality, when I'm faced with uncomfortable situations, I freeze up. I've just been playing a part all this time, the part of the good girl that everyone wants me to be. There is something on my... There we go. Shig, save me. You must be laughing right now, saying Mayu's so lost without me, or something. Suzumoto? Kishinuma! What happened? Why were you sitting in the middle of the hallway? Kishinuma, I'm so glad to see you. Are you okay? Yeah, more or less. Okay, so she's not dead. How about you, Suzumoto? You don't seem injured or anything. Yeah, I'm fine. Did he see me crying? Hey, you got a little snot there. It's kind of dirty, but you can use my handkerchief if you want. Oh, thanks. No thanks. You should save that for Shinozaki. Huh? Oh, what do you mean? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Just being silly. Okay. Speaking of Shinozaki, though, have you seen her anywhere? No, I haven't. Okay, so this isn't the way she came, I guess. Was Shinozaki with you, then? Yeah, up till a short while ago. Then she started acting weird. It was like she was possessed or something. She started screaming all kinds of crazy things I couldn't understand, then ran off somewhere. Oh no, I don't like that at all. She's got a real affinity for the spirit world, you know. Maybe the earthquake was somehow connected to her. Actually, about the earthquake. Kishinuma sure was taking his sweet time. He went off to search the poolside area by himself, citing the heavy rain as an excuse for me to stay indoors while he gallantly got soaked in my place. I went along with it because I thought it seemed unusually chivalrous coming from someone like him. But he ranks amateur in a matter of spirit, so I was beginning to worry he'd gotten himself attacked or something. And that worry was just starting to turn to panic when... No good. I think there's something caught in the grate at the bottom, but I can't find a way of draining the water, so I can actually check it out. I did come across a locked pump room, though, so if we can find a key and get in there, we might be able to make progress. I see. That's kind of disappointing. Here I thought we might be onto something, since this whole area has a really weird vibe to it. Hey, now, aren't you forgetting something? I'm the one who's freezing my ass off out there scouting around in pouring rain. How about a little gratitude? Gratitude? As I recall, you said you'd handle this because it was too dangerous for me, so you brought this on yourself. Well, yeah, I guess, but... It's not like it could hurt to thank me. What was that? Nothing. So what do we do now? Well, we can get up to the second floor, and we can no longer reach the staircase past the entranceway on account of the hall splitting in half. There was that earthquake not too long ago. You think that's what split the hall? Blah, 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 blah. That's a good possibility, yeah. It happened right around when the door to the locker room opened up, after all. Do you think maybe our actions are having a direct influence on the building? That sounds like the setup to some loony bin occult fanfic or something. Hey, don't use the word occult like it's some kind of insult. It comes from Latin, you know, occultus, meaning hidden. It's primarily used today to describe paranormal studies which stand in opposition to... Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Can we save the lecture for another day, please? Believe me, I have a whole new respect for the occult since coming here. I mean, the things that are happening to us sure aren't natural. Hell, we've only been here a few hours and I've already lost count of all the dead bodies and ghosts we've seen. I have no choice but to believe you. Though coming from anybody else, all this talk about this other dimension and spiritual planes and stuff would seem pretty far-fetched even in here. Reality is pretty persuasive, huh? It has a way of forcing you to accept truths that you might have otherwise struggled with forever, no matter how messed up those truths might be. At any rate, I guess all we can do right now is I almost said redneck. Recheck all the areas we can still get to. Check the third from the right. That's totally different from what was written there before. It must have some meaning. Check the third from the right. Third from the right. This one. That's rusty. That didn't do it. Now, third from their right. If you're facing that away. Upon twisting the handle, the tin... I don't know which way that pointed when I did that on the screen, so, but, you know, if your back was to the wall, that'd be your right. Facing it, though, that would be the left. Upon twisting down, the tin shower head above spun slightly, and the small bent piece of wire fell out onto the ground. This could come in handy. Fresh corpse floating in the pool. It looks like to be one of female middle school student. Back of her head seems to have been bashed in. Revealing white skull and pink brain tissue through her hair. She must have been struck pretty hard. Her student ID tag is floating right next to her with the big bold letters legible from distance. Chiaki Hiyama. Just collecting. But even in this game, aren't I? How far can we go? No body in this exit, huh? Stuff. Let's see if we can even go that way, though. You didn't notice that yet? You haven't been watching? It's locked. Maybe I can use the wire to pick the lock. Try it. Alright, time for the grand lockpick competition. You kind of seem like a cat burglar right now. Or like a jailbreak than a burglar, in our case. All we're trying to do is get the hell out of here. The door seems to have been successfully unlocked. You did it! Fortunately, the lock was super old and not very complicated. Into 4A we go! The hell? This isn't shaped like the costume I've ever seen. Wait, what did you just say? Huh? Just that this room is screwy. I mean, look at it. Kishinuma, have you ever said that before? No, of course you haven't. But I know I've been in here before. This is where we saw that little boy spirit. Ooh, shit, there he is. Oh, crap, it's him. When the hell did he get here? No, you can't go near him. We have to get out of this room immediately. There's something very wrong here. Yeah, even I can tell that much, but looking over there in the corner, there's something in there. I'm going to go check it out. You stay here, and if things start to get out of hand, just forget about me and make a break for it, okay? Who put you in charge? Fine, go if you want. Just be careful, and whatever you do, make sure you don't look into the kid's eyes. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I don't know. Just get back here. With pleasure. Let's leave the little bastard alone. Door's frozen in place. I gotta find out what hallway that bullshit was in. Let's try these other rooms, I guess. If able. Hello, blue spirit. Make sure you don't meet his gaze or his soul will be broken. Takashi Hanada. Or your soul will be broken. Okay. There's red chalk drawn on the board that looks kind of like tomatoes smashed against the wall. Based on the crudely colored shapes and uneven lines, it was likely drawn by the elementary school student. An arrow is pointing to the tomato with a big label written in sloppy letters. Girl, go splat. That's not good. This is true. That was one of those reasons I decided not to cut it into sequences. I was like, someone can just play it and go about their day. The lever appears to have opened a trap door on the wall, just wide enough for another for a person to fit through. Looks like this goes somewhere. I don't like it, though. It gives me the creeps, even more than the pool or that classroom. Yeah, but there's a chance it might lead outside. Alright, I'll go first and make sure it's safe. You wait here. No way I'm letting you go by yourself. When it comes to ghosts and curses, you're about as clueless as they come. Oh, it's this place. Dead people are in there. We know that. Small chest of sorts. What the heck is this? Small, finely detailed accessory case made from a tortoise shell. Its design is long outdated, but the quality of craftsmanship suggests it must have been very expensive back in its day. Slightly shaking, it produced a loud, distinct rattling. There's definitely something in there, and based on the sound of the light weight of things, it's got to be really tiny. Not sure if we'll need whatever it is, but we might as well take it with us just in case. A noise from the inside closet. Bitter. It's bitter. It's wearing down my back teeth. Oh. Crunch, 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 crunch. Ah, that's what I said. We should stop this. I want to go to karaoke again, but now with all those aphids around, my toenails are gone, so I can't walk. I quickly turned around to find Shinozaki excitedly mumbling something to herself in a low tone. Her whole body was slanted with her head leaning against the wall, and she was completely focused on one specific section of empty floor. Shinozaki? Mind your own business, goddammit. What do you mean? Should I not have taken this chest or something? What's wrong? Shinozaki began repeatedly banging her head against the wall. The motion was almost rhythmic, as if it was timed with the ticks of a clock or a metronome. Hey, cut it out! The hell's wrong with you? Always, you always do this. What was it you said? Because we're friends? Well, I can take care of myself. What's with that look? You just hold on a second. Ugh, my throat is burning up. It stinks. It's rancid. I have to run. Why would you do this to me? You're my sister. Well, you can die too. Goodbye. After stumbling around almost drunkenly for a few moments, Shinozaki suddenly took off running. She leapt through the trap door and out into the hall. What the hell was all that about? Wait, this is no time to be standing around. I've got to go find her. She's certainly an interesting specimen. Who's there? Oh, it's you. You bitch. I'm not certain where she came from, nor when or how she got there. She seemed to be about the same age as me. She looked mostly normal, but her eyes were much less vibrant than they should have been, appearing flat and lifeless like those of a dead fish. Her name was Naho Sainoki. I guess you could say I'm a medium, come writer, come high school student, or something like that. Or I was, anyway, when I was alive. When you were alive. Are you telling me you're a ghost? Regrettably, that's exactly what I'm saying. You were one of the little bastard's friends, then? The hell did you do to Shinozaki, and why did you trap us here in the first place? Oh my, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I, like you, am essentially a victim, though there's a little more to it than that, of course. Oh, so you were trapped here too, then? And you... More importantly, right now, the girl who just ran out of here seems to have quite a gift. Oh yeah, Shinozaki. Wait, please, if you wish to have a place at her side for a long time to come, I believe it would be advantageous for you to listen to my advice. At her side for a long time to come. Alright, but can you make it quick? Such a firm, cool response. It's very telling. Well, I'm listening. So what's this about Shinozaki being gifted? You're familiar with the concept of spiritual mediums, shrine maidens, and shamans, no? They're all people with the ability to lend their bodies to being the natural science can't quite classify, beings you would call spirits or gods. They're people who take part of channeling rituals. He said quickly, this is not quickly. Basically possession, much like the demonic sort you see in movies. So kind of like the Itako from the traditional folklore, then. Exactly. You've seen it, no? Your friend can take in the thoughts of the dead that filter through in these accursed halls and output them through her own body. And note I said thoughts, not spirits. They aren't souls, but rather the loose remnants of broken minds. Heavenly Host is a frighteningly unique place. So if she is indeed able to channel them, take it from me. She has a very powerful gift. Can you really call that a gift? She's not like you, you know. Perhaps not, but if you didn't escape here, these talents of hers could prove most advantageous. Provided, of course, she learned to control them. Control them? Well, you saw what happened. She wasn't in the control at all, but rather being controlled by the thoughts of another. Think of it as if she had an enormous antenna on her head with impeccable reception 24 hours a day. Except that antenna was missing not only means of changing frequency, but any sort of on-off switch as well. At this rate, she's bound to short circuit and break down, or worse still, she might lose her sense of self and essentially become a mindless radio. Are you saying there's no way to get her back? I don't know. Who's to say? That's all depends on her and on you. Well, then come with me and help me save her, please. I'm sorry, I can't do that. You see, I'm also trying to find someone who's important to me in that closet right there where the dead body is. I remember. She doesn't remember. Huh? What? I've done all I can for you. Whether this experience ends with well or gets worse, again, depends entirely on you both. I wish you the best of luck. Nope, another one. This woman's big. I literally couldn't stand up. I fell to my knees on the floor. Why the huh? I couldn't even tell you how long it lasted. It felt like it would never end, but eventually, little by little, it did subside. I stood back up and surveyed my surroundings, but I suspected the ghost of the girl was nowhere to be seen anymore. And this particular quake felt like it shook the very foundation of the entire building. Shinozaki was all I had on my mind. She was in serious danger. Oh, you poor baby. You got a crush on the girl who doesn't care. I just don't know what the hell is going on anymore. But she likes Mashida. But if there's one thing I do know, it's that I have to be here for her no matter what. Shinozaki! And now we're back to the present time. You know what really pisses me off, though? That she kept talking to me as if I were totally ignorant about psychic phenomena, like a complete dimwit. Look at what happened to her. Too gifted for her own good, if you ask me. Wow, sounds like you and Shinozaki had a pretty rough time in here, too. Well, you seem to have done pretty well for being by yourself. Shouldn't Morishige have been with you, though? Yeah, but he's not. I've been trying to find him. Considering how cool and collected he is, I'm sure he's fine wherever he is. I mean, if he sees a ghost, he'll probably just furrow his brow and be all like, you remind me of a Shakespeare sonnet or something, you know? And since you and I ran into one another already, I know you'll find him sooner or later. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure I'll come across him eventually. Though I guess there's a lot more places to look now that the hallway's back in one piece again. There are two of us, and 2 pairs of eyes are better than one. There we go. That's more like the Suzumoto we all know and love. Okay then, let's give this everything we've got and find our friends. You bet. Sheikah, I know you're somewhere nearby, and that's enough to keep me going. I will find you, I swear. But before we set off, I call a bathroom break. Seriously? Sorry, I've been so scared and nervous since we got here. I guess I've taken a toll on my stomach. I get this way before production sometimes, too. Fair enough. Guess we'll keep an eye out for the restroom on our way, then. There's a gap in the floor here. A board has been laid across it as a makeshift bridge, but it's a bit unstable after the quake. Best to cross with care. Maybe. The stairwell is completely packed with desks, making it virtually impassable. Fortunately, that's the last earthquake seems to have knocked many of them loose. With 2 people working in tandem, it shouldn't take very long to clear a path. What do we do with all these desks, Ishinuma? We could just climb over them with a little effort, but they might all come crashing down if we make one wrong move. Yeah, let's move them out of the way. Yeah, we found little girls' rooms. If you'll excuse me for a minute, then? Sure, I'll wait nearby. If anything happens, just call out. Don't, wait too close, though, okay? It'd be kind of embarrassing if you, hurt me. Oh, is there gonna be a body in here? Or Naomi? Well, I guess my stomach must be in a pretty bad shape. Ugh, almost there. So glad that there was a usable toilet in here. Alright, good to go. What's this? Did I hit my stomach or something? It's all red. When did this happen and how? Even if I had hit... Why did you pull your shirt up that far? Is a better question. I'd hit my stomach on something. Who ever heard of someone's belly getting bruised? I bruised my stomach. I took a closer look and found myself momentarily breathless. What? What in the world happened to me? Reddish-purple bruise was like fault lines emanating out in the directions, with my belly button serving as the epicenter. Well, I think it's that your past death is on your body. Yeah. It almost looked like a weirdly colored spider web. Seiko was hung, though, and they made a comment that it was like cloth, so not a wire. So that's her, I think, when her stomach exploded, hitting the wall. Spider web attached to my skin. What's wrong? Nothing, I'll be out in a sec. Sorry to keep you waiting. I feel much better now. Glad to hear it. But didn't I tell you to keep your distance? What? I did. You were just kind of loud here for a second. You seemed startled. Is everything okay? Oh, yeah, sorry to have worried you. So, how about you? Are you good on the bathroom situation, or do you need to go too? Well, the boys' room is kind of occupied. When you open the stall door, there's this guy's voice that yells, "Shut the goddamn door!" It's okay. I remember that guy. Oh, I can see how that might make it tough to go. Well, let's just put that out of our minds for now and focus on... You could go to the bathroom here, bud. Sounds good. Why am I not saying anything to him about the bruise on my stomach? Is it because I'd be too embarrassed to show it to a boy? No, that's not it. My mind was racing, with worst-case scenarios popping into my head, one after another. I kept hoping this was all in my imagination, all nothing but a nightmare. But it sure felt real, and that was the scariest thing of all. Maybe I was sick, maybe I need to go to the hospital. I couldn't stand all this uncertainty. But I didn't say anything about it. I just walked with Kishinuma all throughout the school building in search of Shinozaki. I thought maybe if I went with him, I might run into Shig along the way, or at least find some clues as to his whereabouts, but no such luck. Our search eventually led us back down to 1F, or the first floor. Having covered all of our other bases... I can smell the food I'm cooking. We set our sights on the pool, but just as we approached the locker room... Hey, did you hear that? Yeah, it came from in there. A girl who looked to be around middle school age had been laid flat on the floor. Both her arms were bound and her eyes and mouth were covered with sash-like strips of cloth. She was obviously being held against her will. She was kicking both legs and writhing around, frantically trying to break loose from her bindings, but it didn't seem likely that she would succeed. Oh god, we have to save her! It was only after saying this that I noticed the bruise on her legs. Wow, those weird markings look awful, like the ones on my stomach, or am I just paranoid? Regardless of what caused them, or how they might relate to my own injuries, this girl had markings like rope burns clearly visible on her slender thighs. They were peculiar bruises and looked almost like letters, as if she had signified something that was just beyond our ability to decipher. Hey, Earth to Suzumoto. Sorry. Hang in there. I'm going to loosen the bindings right now. Wait, stop. Take a closer look. This isn't going to be so easy. Kishinuma grabbed my arm to hold me back. I was a bit confused, but did as he suggested, and it didn't take me too long to see the problem. The strips of cloth holding the girl to the floor actually seemed to be rolls of gauze. Whoever bound her like this really did a number. The gauze was stretched haphazardly all across the room's furnishings. Several strands of it were then projected upwards to the top of the nearest cubby shelf, where they were wrapped around the neck of the plaster bust. And from there, they extended to the ceiling, where they were wrapped tightly around the handle of the bucket suspended in the air, suspended right above the girl. In other words, if we pulled on the bandages the wrong way, or moved any desk, the bust might fall, and that happened. The bucket would spill right onto her. I wonder what the hell is in there. Maybe it's nothing. But what if it's not? Help. The girl was thrashing while unable to move or see and too scared to call out. Sadly, that wasn't helping at all. It only served to pull the plaster bust closer and closer to the edge of the shelf. It was impossible to say whether or not she had any inkling of the threat that loomed literally right above her head. It seemed increasingly likely that this was the intent behind the trap. The victim, I bet it was Kizami. Kizami? Whatever his name was. If the victim intended to escape, she would only wind up killing herself. What do we do? What can we do? Don't panic. We just need to find a way of getting the bucket down from the ceiling. Can you reach it, though? I think we should remove the bandages of her face first and try to calm her down. Either way, there's no time to lose. We have to do something, and we have to do it now. Try to reach the bucket. We can worry about the bandage later, but if the bucket falls, it's all over. We've got to do something about it pronto. You're right. Okay, I'll hold down the statue on the shelf then. Alright, and I'll try to get that bucket down. Make sure you hold on tight. Be careful. Damn it. I can just barely touch the bottom of it. I can't get anywhere near the handle. Don't try anything funny with it, or it might spill. I know, I know. God forbid there's sulfuric acid in there or something, where the slightest spill will mean game over. We should try stacking a few desks or chairs. Yeah, I think that may be our only option here. The hell, every single one is stuck fast to the floor. They won't budge. It's brought to mind all the doors and windows that were so firmly frozen in place they might as well have been cement walls. I didn't need convincing. I knew what Kishinuma said was true. These desks and chairs weren't going anywhere. I had no other choice but to step in. Kishinuma, how about I piggyback on your shoulder on top of one of the desks? But you're wearing a skirt. Now is not the time to worry about that. We need to get this done before the statue falls, right? Got it. Beep. What the hell is wrong with this desk? Is the floor buckled or something? Don't worry, Suzumoto. I've got you. Just focus on what you're doing. Okay. I swallowed nervously, then reached my hands over my head, careful not to make any sudden movements. I could reach the bucket's handle just fine, fortunately. Now all that remained was untying it and getting it down without spilling whatever happened to lie within. God, what the hell is in here? It's really heavy. Whatever it was, it definitely wasn't liquid. This was solid, tangible weight. It felt almost as if the whole thing was filled to the brim with lead. I tried my hardest to maintain balance while adjusting to this unexpected new mass in my hands, but I can't. It was no use. The bucket was slipping loose from my grip, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. Inevitably, my hands gave, and the bucket was airborne. Something had coated it in soapy water oil, making it virtually impossible to hold on to. Whoever set this trap up had apparently anticipated this very scenario and planned for it accordingly. We were meant to find this girl, we were meant to try rescuing it, and we were meant to fail miserably. This was all one big joke to someone. The bucket flipped over in midair, raining a content down on the unknowing, unsuspecting victim below, directly onto her face. No! I tried. Her cries only lasted for 1 or 2 seconds. They were followed by a few convulsions in her legs, and then stillness. Thousands of assorted nails, razors, scissors, and tacks struck the poor girl's face, piercing her soft cheeks and eyes and filled her mouth. It took almost no time at all for what was left of her pale, perfect skin to be dyed crimson. No, why? I did this. I killed her. You mental, this isn't your fault. God, no. It wasn't meant to be this way. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I think she would have died either way. If it was Kizami, he set it up to failure. Oh, no. Wrong end, so I guess I do have to do the other way. Okay. My first failure. I don't think I've ever saved. Nope. So I have a quick save somewhere, I'm sure. Who would have thought? So I did the first one perfectly. Okay. Hold on. Move bandages. Yeah, if she keeps kicking like that, this will be all over before we know it. Alright, then sit tight, we'll get those bandages off. She should have heard every word Kishinuma was saying, but she didn't seem to be calming down in the slightest. With all the layers of bandages crisscrossed over her ears, maybe she couldn't stand us. Unable to see, unable to hear, and too frightened to scream. I think I'd squirm too if I were in her position. Damn it, this is really wrapped up tight. Okay, I think I got it. Can you see me? Help me. What's happening? It's so dark. Calm down. You need to stop thrashing around like that. I'm so scared. Just get me out of here. Save me. Nari, Hikari, Chihaya, someone, anyone. Crap. You need to stay calm. Look at me. Or look at me. Slap. Try not to panic. Good job, Mayu. Just take slow, deep breaths. There you go. That's good. Everything's going to be alright. We're working on setting you free right now. Okay. Gradually, the girl began to calm down. I gently stroked her cheek where I just slapped it. Tears were welling in both eyes. I closed mine and nodded my head. Good girl. Just need to hang in there a little longer. We'll have you out of here really soon, as long as you hold still. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, I'm okay now. I'll be right here at your side. Just try to keep positive. Kishinuma, would you mind pushing that statue a little so it doesn't fall off the shelf? Oh, yeah, I'm on it. This is really wrapped tight, but there, I think that should do. Are you alright? Can you stand? I fucked up the first one. I thought I was being smart. But for me, I feel like if in my head, logically, if, let's say, you go to grab a bucket, you don't untie the bucket and then hold the bucket, you feel the bucket. Because if I'm gonna, like, I would see how heavy the bucket is before I tried to untie it. And if it's heavy, I go, wait. And you would feel that there's stuff on it, too. So you wouldn't, like, logically, that's what a normal person would do. I guess Mayu's not a logical person, because I wouldn't just try to untie a bucket and hold it. I would, you know, check the bucket's weight. I do have a say. Logically, I have a say. Reality, I have a say. They are wrong. They just want you to fuck up. But that would be, you know, there would be no story if they did everything right. Are you alright? Can you stand? No, not really. My knees are shaking too much. Well, then how about just sitting up for a bit? Give those knees time to recover. I put my arms around her. Only then did I realize what she meant. She was shaking from head to toe, more violently than I ever felt before. She must have been frightened out of her mind. What was that? Thank you so very much. That must have been really scary for you, but it's okay now. I've never seen Suzumoto act so adult. I guess it's her maternal instinct kicking in. Women are amazing. Even with her constantly depending on Morishige, I could totally see her turn into someone like Miss Yui when she gets older. Thank you both so much for what you've done. You've saved my life. I'm just glad you're alright. Never expected someone to tell me I saved their life and mean it literally, that's for sure. My name is Nana Ogasawara. I'm a 7th grader at Musashigawa Girls Junior High School. I'm Mayu Suzumoto. It's nice to meet you. And this is delinquent-looking fellow is Yoshiki Kishinuma. Oh, come on. What kind of introduction is that? I think you've been hanging on with Morishige too much. Huh. Hard to believe you're a 7th grader, though. That means you're 1 year below Satoshi's sister, yet you're so much taller and you seem so with it. I guess Yuka must be in this class. My stomach is trying to growl and I'm trying to think and not. I guess Yuka must be in this school somewhere too, huh? I hope she didn't get herself separated from Mochida. Kishinuma and Suzumoto, are you two searching for your friends as well? Yeah, 5 friends from class 1 homeroom TA and a 1 classmate's little sister. We're not sure exactly what's going on in here just yet, but I guess they're trying to find us too. I see. I've been separated from my friends as well and wound up the way you found me while I was looking for them. Yeah, what the hell kind of sicko did that to you anyway? I really don't know. I was just wandering around trying to find Nari and the others when someone reached out from behind me and covered my eyes. Whoever it was incredibly strong. I really couldn't fight back. If I had to guess, I'd say it was probably a really big man. Kizami? That sexy bastard who will murder everybody, who fucking murders Yuka in the anime. I won't forgive that bullshit. And if I go by the photos, he's gonna torture her in this one too. But it was a bad ending. A really big man, huh? Any ideas, Suzumoto? I mean, the only living people I've met here so far are Kashima and this girl. There's no more to worry about in here than just lost souls and ghost brats. Guess there's more to what? Nana suddenly planted both arms firmly at her sides, shrunk into herself and began shaking again. She was probably thinking about what had happened to her. I don't think we need to talk about that right now, Kishinuma. Huh? Oh, sorry. I think I'm going to take our new friend to the pool for a moment. Will you wait here, please? What? Let's go. It's raining outside, so there's clean water, you know? Oh, okay. Now wait just a minute. It's dangerous out there. If you're thirsty, I'll go gather some rainwater and bring it back to you. Wait right here. You're going to wait for us to come back, understood? If anything happens, we'll call for you, I promise. Alright, alrighty. Just be careful, okay? Soon, yes. The pork is cooking. Sorry about that. Kishinuma's means well, he's just a little dense. Oh, it's alright. I'm sorry too. I've been such a bother. Oh, no bother. If something as scary as that had happened to me, I would have done the same. But we're alone out here, so feel free to wash up as much as you need to. I'll look the other way if you'd like. Yes, please, if you would. I'm probably just gonna finish this episode. That'll be it for today. Righto. I walked over the wall. There's a roof overhang offered some protection from the rain, and waited for Nana to finish up. Taking this time to look around, I noted that the whole building was surrounded by dense forest. Theoretically, we could climb the fence here and leave, but we'd just be trading a creepy dark school for creepy dark woods. Could we survive out there, and would we actually be able to get home? I just wanted to find Shig. He'd be able to look at the situation coolly and rationally without flipping out and getting all emotional like me. I just needed to find him to see his face. Shig. I was starting to get teary-eyed again when I noticed Nana lazily running towards me. As she neared, she slowed to a walk. It's cold. Your body heat will dry you off in no time, and we can spray on a little perfume too. We were both completely soaked from head to toe, but I was confident we'd dry off quickly enough once we got back inside the school building. And since I happened to have travel fragrance in my pouch, I took it out and spritz a little on it and around Nana's skirt. Ah, she peed herself. I get it. Oh. I think I know the scent. It's Rolls' Sunlight Yellow, right? Bingo! It's my current favorite fragrance. I like it a lot too. My allowance is pretty small though, so I'm using a cheaper one right now. Well, once we make it out of here, I'll gladly share mine with you. Really? That's so kind of you. I'll make sure to wear some at our next drama club performance. It'll be my first time on stage, so I'm sure I'll need it. You're in drama club? Wow, I'm actually in our high school's drama club myself. You are? I'll bet you're an actress. Well, I do act, but I also write scripts and make costumes. We don't have a lot of members, but I don't mind. I love everything about stage drama. That's amazing. You can do all that? Nana. Oh, you don't mind if I call you by your first name, do you? Of course not. You're welcome to call me Mayu, too. Anyway, you really have an amazing figure. I'd love it if you'd let me make some clothes for you sometimes. This is weird. Don't talk to children like that. Oh, wow, would you? Though there are probably much slimmer girls out there that your talents would be better suited to. Like my old friend Nari. She's practically a jewel. She's so pretty. But my friend Shihaya is super cute, like a princess. Well, let's just find those friends of yours and all go back home together. Kishinuma and I will be glad to help you in your search, if it helps us in ours. Sure thing, Mayu. Come on, let's head back in before we both catch colds. Oh, and Nana, I noticed you have some bruises on your thighs. Did something happen? Huh? What? I didn't even know they were there. Maybe I got them when I was captured. I was pretty hysterical, so I don't have a very clear memory of everything that happened. Oh, okay. Sorry to ask such a awkward question. All done. About time. You were out there for way too long. I was starting to get really worried. Well, a woman's beauty takes time to mold. Anyway, while we're out searching for Shig and the others, you mind if we also keep watch for Nana's friends? Of course I don't mind. Let's find everybody who doesn't belong here and get the hell out. You two ready? You bet! I want to see the bucket and the bust. I see nothing. You all lie to me. Question is, where are we going? A shoe. It's a crumpled. Oh no, it's a scrap paper inside one of the shoe cuppies. It's a bit heavy, suggesting it serves as packing for some wrap. Let's see. Unraveling, it reveals a small pile of long, whitish, stubby objects that, at first, seem like they may be candles or something, but in actuality... are these fingers, as in human fingers? 10 in total, every finger from both of some unfortunate victims' hands. The blood was still very much wet, still indicating that not much time had passed since these digits were severed. Wet soil was lodged on each fingernail, and faint remnants of color here and there indicated that the owner of these fingernails had painted nails. These nails! Nana? It's probably nothing, don't worry. That's not good. She knows the nails. Hey, Kishinuma? What's that? I can't really make it out very well, but something down there is definitely reflecting light. I wonder if we can get it. I seriously doubt it. This hole looks like it doesn't bottom out for a while. There could be a whole storehouse down there. Maybe if we had some kind of ladder or rope. Intent, we know what we're looking for now. Can we go into the second one? We can't go that way. Oh, I guess, no, actually, maybe we want to go up. Yeah, go the wrong way. I think, anyway, I don't know. I'm making guesses. The door of the custodian closet is frozen in place. Huh. Things have changed. Oh, the darkening. You shall not enter. Period. You dumb bitch. Oh, I can go in this one. Never mind. Not such a dumb bitch. I don't get it. When Shinozaki and I came in here before, this room was different. Student. Blunt weapon from behind. Teru Arai. Are you certain you're on the right path? Is it really okay to trust her? Looks like somebody used a shard of glass from him to carve a message into the teacher's podium. To any and all Takine middle school students, I'm okay. I'm going to find Hugo. You're reading that. Okay, let's see. There's something all over every one of these shelves. It's like someone emptied out buckets full of small black beans. Of course, expecting they seem to be dead flies, hundreds upon hundreds of them. Delicious. Those juices. The door is locked tight. Maybe that key we found will work here. Sure, why not? No good, I guess it's the wrong key. Okay. Let her just do her little walkie travel. Let's backtrack and look everywhere for things. So we need a rope or a ladder. Oh, hello. Looks like a female junior or senior high student. That's beyond the possible determinants. Everything waste is missing. Whoever killed this girl must have done it recently, as the wound is still fresh and the blood all over the floor is still wet. Her exposed intestines seem to have pulled out her body and draped onto the floor, where they were then crushed flat like a worm under a big shoe. This uniform is from my school. No, who is this? Who is it? It's okay, Nana. Try to stay calm. Yeah, try not to think of the worst case scenario right off the bat. There's no reason to assume this is one of your friends. Nana was wrought with grief. She was shaking uncontrollably, to such an extent that her teeth were chattering. We gently led her out of the classroom. I wanted to get out of there myself. To be honest, seeing a human body so horribly mutilated was more than I could handle. Adoko Monome. Probably best to make sure Nana never sees this. Poor little children. Always being killed. Oh, we can. Paul has fixed it so. Not much in this room. Say the stereotypical picture like all the other rooms. Oh hey, we're here. Aha. Is that a map yet? Nope. Unless I can use my key. No good. Alright. I think it's the darkness. It's the darkness forming in me. Oh wait, a rope. I need a rope. I might know where to get a rope. I just need to visit the ladies' bathroom again. That's nice. Not there. Look around because and the bucket's gone. Oh, look at that. A body just hanging out there. Let's see. Reina Saike. I need a rope or a ladder or something. Alright, I was wrong. I wasn't gonna find Seiko's rope. What's this? I know she'll accept me. She asked it. I want that body. I want it. Don't you dare try to take it from us. You all still have your own bodies. I'm afraid you won't be going any further. Okay. That was weird. Are we gonna talk about that at all, guys? No? Okay. Clearly not. ladder out of the bandages. Aha! Maybe we can use these as a makeshift rope. There's definitely enough here to work with, and as long as we fold it over enough times, I don't think there'd be any risk of it tearing. There are 2 strips too. We can probably twist them together, and the end result should be about as sturdy as a real rope too. And so we fold both strips of gauze in half and twist the 2 double-ply strips together to form something that resembled a braid. I'd done something similar to this once before making a rope-like decoration for theater costumes, so it didn't prove to be particularly difficult. It almost felt like rope making 101. In 10 minutes time, presto, we had a do-it-yourself rope in our hands. Granted, it was pretty flimsy compared to the resin ropes you might buy at the home center, but it seemed like it would hold the one person's weight just fine. Now, where was it? Yes. With our handy-dandy rope, one of us should be able to get down into that hole and fish out whatever that glinting thing is, no? Maybe, but there's nothing to tie the rope to on this end, and so I think somebody up here is going to have to hold on to it. If Nana and I work together, we should be able to hold the rope long enough for you to get whatever's down there and climb back up, I think. So you're already decided on the one who's going, huh? Would the 2 of us really be able to hold him, though? Wouldn't it be better for the boy to hold the rope and one of us girls get the object? I don't know if I could do it, honestly. I'm not very good at sports or anything. Even if I made it down, I'm not sure I could climb back up. And how about I go? You? Do you think you'd be able to? You were just bound with these bandages not too long ago and almost died. Would you really want to have them tied around your body again? I should be fine. I'll do whatever I have to if it means I can see Nari and the others again. I can relate. I'll do whatever I have to in order to see Shig again, too. You're very brave, Nana, especially for how young you are. It's kind of incredible, but Kishinuma, I really think I should be the one to go. But I really... Shig. Everyone else bends over backwards to help me. From Shig's point of view, I must really seem like a helpless child sometimes. Then run. You just need to move your car somewhere safe. But just this once, I want to be reliable too. I want to protect Nana and lead her home safely. I don't really mind either way, honestly. Step up. Sorry, work. Okay, that should do it. Isn't it a little tight? It's hurting my stomach. Oh, better than slipping out and falling, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. Alright, lower me down slowly, okay? Please be careful, Mayu. I've tied some knots at regular intervals to help make it easier for you to climb back up. That sounds great. Thanks, Nana. Watch my second death. And there we go. I made it. Everything okay? How's it look down there? It's kind of dark and there's a really nasty smell. One of my clients had gotten COVID and had to stall on booking because of that. They're back. Alright. It was too dark to see my surroundings clearly, but I could instantly sense an oppression atmosphere all around me. This was not a good place to be. A large number of dead bodies scattered throughout the room. Most seemed to have died long ago, having decayed into proper skeletons. This small handful seemed fresh, as if they were alive only yesterday. Here too, huh? It's a girl's body. This is one of those seems like a more recent death. So recent, in fact, there's still a hint of body heat to her. All of her fingers have been cut off, and her tongue seems to have been removed as well. Her student ID name tag is clearly displayed on her jacket. Hikari Kurigami. This is the same school uniform as one Nana wears, and when we rescued her, she called out several names. Wasn't one of them Hikari? I don't think I can bring myself to tell Nana about this. There's something on the ground next to Hikari's body reflecting in what little light there is down here. Is this what we saw from above? The small glass bottle filled to about 2/3 marked with clear liquid. Wonder what this is. Looks like it could be water. Having acquired the item, we saw it, not wanting to stay down in this hole even a moment longer than I had to. I gave the rope a triumphant tug. Kishinuma, I got it. Nice going, Suzumoto. Now get the hell up here, or do you want me to pull you up? No, I should be fine. It's not even 10 meters deep down here. I can climb it. Almost there. Grab my hand. Phew, nice job on climbing out of there. I'm so beat, though. It didn't seem that high, but my arms and legs are trembling right now. I'll definitely be feeling this tomorrow. Well, you did good, so what did you end up finding? Well, this. The heck is that? Sake? It doesn't smell or anything. I think it's just water. Oh, no, that's holy water. Holy water? My friend Hikari had a bottle just like it. It's kind of a protective charm, supposedly infused with the power of a famous spiritual medium. It has the ability to ward off evil, and some people believe it grants luck with money or love when kept in your bag. Sounds pretty sketchy to me. No, it's totally legit. It's been endorsed by that spirit medium who appears on TV, Naho Sayanoki. Sayanoki. Oh, yeah, her, I guess. If she says it's a real deal, then it's possibly there may be something to it. You've heard of her, Kishinuma? I'm a little surprised by that, I have to admit. Is this something you can buy? You can get it online, but in Hikari's case, her dad works for a TV station and got a bottle of it directly from Naho after taping. Do you think this could be Hikari's bottle? Don't tell me Hikari's down there. I don't know, maybe it's someone else's, or maybe Hikari dropped her bottle down the hole. Shinozaki's really into this stuff too. There are probably a lot of girls who bought these. Yeah, you're probably right. You're not saving her by not telling her. Where do we go now? Oh, you know, maybe we use it to go to... We can get those spirits to go away. In front of the stairs, maybe? I think my guess. Damn it all. Doesn't look like they'll be letting us through too easily. Shame there aren't real flames, or we could just douse them with water. How about we try using the holy water on them? It was recommended by a spiritual medium after all. So hot, it burns like acid. Damn you all, you're still alive. Isn't that enough? May death soon come to you too. With this, one of the red spirit flames flew directly at me in what was clearly meant to be a hostile action. Suzumoto, watch out! Kishima quickly leapt in front of me, hands out, taking the full brunt of the spirit's attack in my place. Then all three flames simply disappeared. Kishinuma! Kishinuma? Jeez, take it easy, I'm fine. I just burned my hand a little, that's all. I'm so sorry. I should have been paying closer attention. I got some stick-on bandages in my bag somewhere. Let's see. What? What's wrong? Nothing. Here you go. Please, allow me. Just show me where you got burned. Thanks a bunch. And Suzumoto, seriously, what's wrong? Well, I seem to have lost my student ID. I probably dropped it when I was climbing down into that hole. Isn't that it in your hand? No, this belongs to the deceased girl in the school entranceway. I picked it up earlier. I held up the student ID so Kishinuma could get a better look at it. It was clear from its style alone that, after all, that it wasn't a Kisaragi ID. I probably shouldn't have just left it there, but, well, I was all alone and scared and thought maybe I'd learn something useful from it, you know? No, I think that's perfectly reasonable. We've got to do whatever it takes to reunite with everyone and get the hell out of this school. You mind if I take a look at it? Sure, I don't think you'll find anything too helpful in it, though. Some kind of doodle on this page. It's a box. I wonder what it means. The memo page Kishinuma opened to was ringed with bloody, sticky fingerprints. Centered among them was a rough sketch of a box drawn in ballpoint pen, along with numerous lines of text written in rough, shaky letters. They seemed to have been written with an excessive amount of force, resulting in countless black splotches and small tears in the paper. I think Ayaka is going to kill Ao. I need to hide her. Ao is mine and mine alone. She must be protected. I'll hide in that box. No one will ever find it. Ao, I love you so much. These words were written over and over again, with the ink getting blotchier and more haphazard each time. Doesn't the box in the picture look an awful like this one? I mean, I know we found it pretty far from the entranceway, but still. You're right, it really does. Isn't this a keyhole? Oh hey, you're right, I wonder if... Maybe the key I found will fit the lock. Hishinuma and Nana were both watching me explain as I produced the rusty key from that bag. I inserted it into the lock, it fit. Crossing my fingers, I began turning. And met with no resistance at all. It was the right key. The lid popped open, nostalgic music started to play. The music box. I had no idea. I think I've heard this song before, too. Oh, I miss you so, more than you can know. Tell me where, oh where did you go? This is so not the time or place for karaoke. Sorry. Hishinuma took the music box from my hand with a sort of derisive smile on his face. So something's inside this thing, then, right? No good. It's too tight to squeeze. My fingers won't fit. Try turning it upside down and shaking it. Oh, something came out, but it's another key. Who hides a key behind a lock? A lot of people, actually. But this means we can probably open some doors now. Because honestly, that's what no, never mind. I previously couldn't. I placed the key in the pocket for safekeeping, and I tried in vain to remind myself that I shouldn't get my hopes up, but in truth, I was downright thrilled. We were making actual progress. What is up here? That becomes a new question. Ah, the ref room. I don't think it'll fit there, but... Try the key. Oh, it did work. It did work! There was a dead body propped against the inside of it. As the door slid open, it spilled out into the hallway. Hishinuma completely ignored this, however, stepping over it and darting into the room as fast as his legs would carry him. Shinozaki! Within the pale darkness of the room, a figure stood in front of one of the shelves, completely engrossed in some ancient-looking tome. It was Shinozaki. The floor around her was piled high with books she'd seemingly read and discarded. Strange. Coming from a bibliophile who usually won't even crease a spine. The curve on the other side causes a turnover on the 9-ball joints that look like fish in the hourglass geoglyph, with a white shoe instead of a needle. Shinozaki, get a hold of yourself. No talking! This is a library. Honestly, what do you uncultured troglodytes hope to accomplish in here with your worthless gossip, huh? Shinozaki, that's enough. You can stop this now. This isn't you. You're in pain, right? Whatever loose soul is in control of Shinozaki, I'm calling you out. Get the hell out of her right this instant, you hear me? She's ours. I'm going to make this body mine. Not a chance. I'm better at using her than both of you combined. It's only when we're inside this person that our pain subsides, so please, won't you let us have her? Give her to us, please. What if we save you? We'll help you get out of the school alive, and in exchange... Shut up, you selfish bastards. Selfish bastards. Look, I sympathize with you, I really do. Dying in here must be like a never-ending nightmare. But how does that give you the right to use Shinozaki like she's some kind of tool? She's a living being with a mind of her own. Oh yeah. Oh ye of sound mind. We're in pain. We're in agony. We're cold and hungry and mad. But you're so blessed with life, don't you understand? I don't give a shit about any of that. All I know is you can't have Shinozaki. I will never ever let you take her. Ugh. What the hell is the ringing in my ears? Is it bugs? Is it bugs? From there, Yami took a sudden turn for the worse. Tossing aside the book she was reading, she began punching herself in the head with bony hands. It was so quiet in here too, but just look what colors have been made in just look what colors have been let in now. Silver, huh? Green, maybe. Stop this, Shinozaki. Shinozaki. It was yellow. Shinozaki? Brother, is that you? You're late. I'm so hungry. It's been so very long since my last meal. Hina sealed me up in here, you see, and I haven't eaten a single thing since then. Not a single bite. Nothing at all. Brother, you look so delicious, brother. Is it strange? Is it strange that I want to kill you and taste your succulent flesh? Cut it out, Shinozaki. I'm not your brother, for starters. Welcome home, brother. Miki? You're here again? You know, your selfless little sister drops by just to make you dinner, and that's how you greet her? You've been eating your meals every day, brother. You've been eating your meals every day, brother? More or less, yeah. Some prepackaged convenience store food here, a school lunch there. Just as I feared, then. You keep going like that, and your health will deteriorate in no time. Well, you sit tight. I'm making you a fine meal right now. Whatever would you do without me? How's school going? I hear you've been hanging out with a boy named Mochida and a girl named Shinozaki. What kind of people are they? Everything's going to be okay, I know. Dad'll come around one of these days. Just be patient, okay, brother? Stop it! Oh god, Shinozaki is biting Kishinuma's neck. I've got to stop her. That blood. Bitter, delicious blood. Kishinuma! The two of us made a mad dash for Kishinuma, intending to pry Ayumi away from him through any means possible. But to my astonishment, he met our panicked gazes with a stern, let-me-handle-this look, reinforcing the message by raising his hands in a stop motion. Shinozaki! Whoa, I didn't expect that. If circumstances were different, this could be the start of a really heartwarming romantic scene. Kishinuma grabbed Shinozaki and hugged her tightly. Shinozaki, come back to me, please. You aren't any of these people. You're Ayumi Shinozaki, damn it. So warm. Bit by bit, I could see the expression on Shinozaki's face change. Her crazy, possessed sneer gradually gave way to a blank, dazed countenance that then slowly but surely began sparkling with life once more. And though it was nearly I'm tired. And though it was nearly... I slept 14 hours last night. And though it was nearly imperceptible, I could swear I saw a smile start to form on her lips. Kishinuma? For a long moment, Shinozaki stared in Kishinuma's eyes. Then, in an instant of realization, her face turned beet red. I recall the phrase, "oh crap," drifting through my head for a split second, and then... What? What the hell are you doing? Ow! What are you trying to pull here, pervert? Get away from me. Shinozaki. What is wrong with you? Shinozaki, you had me really worried there, but well, I'm glad you're back. Shinozaki. Kishinuma, are you alright? Suzumoto? What are you... Wait, where am I? Shinozaki, what does one say in this situation? Welcome back, I guess? What? What's going on? Wow, I have to admit, this all sounds really unlikely, even to me. I guess I've been under the influence of this building for quite a while, though. Yeah, and let me tell you, you were getting pretty violent there. How did you get in here anyway? This room's been locked since we showed up. I have no idea, but then... we are all in a building that can change its layout at will. I guess pretty much anything is fair game in these closed spaces. It almost feels like the school takes pleasure in making the most unlikely events happen at random. I suppose when you're dealing with the supernatural, you're already dealing with something that's scientifically unlikely, so best not to rely on logic. You're starting to go over my head here. It almost sounds like I'm talking to your sister. Well then, let's just put it this way. There's no way of knowing what's going to happen in this school. But listen carefully, we have exactly 3 objectives in here. First, we need to look into the reason why these places... Oh god. First, we need to look into the reasons why this place is the way it is. Specifically, we need to find out more about the beings who control it. Then we need to interact with those beings and try to dig up some means of getting out of here alive. And finally, once we figured that out, we need to actually make it happen. That's pretty much it. Wow, you're in full class rep mode right now. Yep, she sure is, but aren't you forgetting the most important objective, Shinozaki? Uh-huh, I think she is. Finding all our friends, safe and sound. Oh yeah, good point. That should be our first step for sure. Once we found Miss Yui, Mochida, and the others, then we can work on the rest. You're damn straight. Add Ogasawara's friends to the mix, and we'll be so many strong that nothing can stop us, right? Right. Let's not get too careless, though. None of this is going to be easy. There's only so much we can do in here, and that's not likely to change. For now, I suggest we investigate our surroundings as thoroughly as possible, leave no stone unturned. And don't give up or give in, no matter what. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm scared to death right now, but I'm not going to let that stop me. Don't worry, we'll be behind you all the way. We can get through this together. At this, Kishinuma stood up and began scanning his eyes over the nearby shelves. Since we're here, how about we start by checking for clues in the room? It is a reference room, after all. There's bound to be something worthwhile. Oh, damn. Not done yet. I was hoping after that speech we'd just be able to take a break. Okay. Ao Amano. Oh, hey, it's that girl who he thought was going to kill someone else. There's scrapbooks. One in particular stands out. It's an old school reading binder filled with articles that are all over 30 years old. 1973, serial kidnapper and murder of Heavenly Host Elementary. That's here, right? There was an article that was in one of the classrooms too, I think. Dashing the hopes that prayers of the concerned parents, 3 of the kidnapped children return home tonight in body bags. Local police gave an artificial statement around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yuki Kano, 11, Ro Yoshikawa, 8, and Tokiko Tsuji, 7, previously reported missing, were found dead in a basement room beneath the school. The circumstances behind the murders are still under investigation, and the suspect with ties to the school teaching staff is in questioning. First responders reported a shocking, grisly murder scene and have expressed concern at even allowing the families of the deceased to see their children. Significant mutilation is said to have occurred, and officials believe the sight of this may exacerbate the already delicate mental state of the bereaved. The sole survivor of this unspeakable crime is 7-year-old Sachiko Shinozaki, who remains in shock from the experience. Her testimony may prove invaluable towards closing this case and putting this horror behind us. However, so police are anxious to question her. Meanwhile, other parents have already begun calling Heavenly Host safety procedures into question in the wake of this tragedy. Members of the PTA have a snippet from another page as well, which includes photographs of the 3 victims as well as the lone survivor. Oh, these are the children I saw. I've seen them too. I guess they were killed here, so now they've cursed the place or something. It's so horrible to hear what happened to them. I've been looking at them as scary, evil spirits all this time, but really, they're just victims themselves. Be careful, Suzumoto. Compassion can be dangerous in a place like this. It's not unheard of for spirits to lose their sense of humanity after dying. In other words, these kids aren't necessarily going to play nice with living beings anymore. What do you think happened to the murderer? Here we go. They talk about him in this one. Accused child murderer commits suicide. The 32-year-old former teacher believed to have committed the now infamous adolescent kidnappings and murders were found dead early yesterday morning. After being deemed mentally unfit to take responsibility for his actions, he was placed in intensive psychiatric care but escaped 2 nights ago. The psychiatric ward commissioned a manhunt which culminated in the discovery of his hanged body in the room beneath the Heavenly Host Elementary. Near the site of the shocking triple homicide, the cause of death was ruled as strangulation and is strongly believed to be self-inflicted. As this happens to be a show of remorse previously thought beyond his mental capacity, the psychiatric ward has come under heavy fire since the discovery. Even the murderer killed himself, huh? Yes, there's no happy end for anybody, though the families of the victims were probably glad to see him go. Well, and there's that one girl who was spared, too. Isn't it kind of strange, though, that there's not one single comment from the survivor's family? Every article is full of commentary from friends and family of the deceased, but there's not one word to be anywhere about the girl who was spared. I'd assume that was by request to protect their privacy or something. Do newspapers really care about that, though? That mass media is always about chasing scoops no matter what it takes to get them or who they have to bother. Dr. Tomokichi Funerals Research Records. Mesmer's mechanism, corresponding advanced branch, records of psychic and phenomena, letters to and from Mage Society's classic mystery novels, not your typical elementary school reading material. There's no serial number of library cards or anything on them, though, so they're probably not the school's. That's true, maybe these were brought in by other victims who got trapped here. Actually, it looks like there's a name stamped on most of these. Kibiki. Is that how you read those kanji? What? Kibiki? Wow, you're right. I recognize that name. You know the paranormalist Naho Senuki? Kao Kibiki is her mentor. He's a journalist. So that means Mr. Kibiki is in here too, I guess. But why? Tracksuit person, you know. Excuse me. I had a moment. Right. I wonder how much time has passed since we got here. I don't know if I can trust my cell phone clock in a place like this. That's a good point. If space is being changed around randomly, there's no reason to believe the same thing's happening to time. I trust my stomach, though, and it's telling me that dinner time has already come and gone, and now it's about when good boys and girls would go to bed. I have to admit, I'm hungry. Maybe we should add finding food to your list, Shinozaki, but for now, I think it's about time we found a nice cozy spot to sit and rest for a while. I think I'd like that, as I'm really, really tired. Not so tired that I'm worried about getting possessed or anything, but tired enough. And so the four of us headed to the safest spot we could think of, settling in for a bit to help calm our spirits and refresh our bodies. Almost immediately, both Kishinuma and Shinozaki sat down, closed their eyes, and fell asleep. Understandable considering what they just experienced. Oh, I like a light. Oh, out like a light, both of them. They must be exhausted. Kishinuma went through a great deal of turmoil to save Ayumi, after all. Aren't you tired too? I am, but I just can't bring myself to sleep. My mind keeps racing, wondering what Nari and the others are doing right now. I feel like I need to be ready to run out after them at a moment's notice. I know just where you're coming from. I get the same way when I think about Shig. I wish I could just see his face right now, you know? Huh? Nana, what happened to your legs? A little chill in my stomach as soon as I saw them. They were the same bruises like markings around Nana's slender thighs that I'd seen before, but they'd become much darker in color. They looked pink originally, as she just rubbed her skin up against something, but now they were deep, dark purple, the color of grapes. Are you alright? Does it hurt? Hmm? You mean the bruises? You've seen them there since before. Yeah, but they're darker now. Oh, you're right. What a weird color. What's happening? It's probably just changed color over time from the blood rushing to the surface. I doubt it's anything to worry about. Sorry. I just hope it doesn't leave a scar. True, you do have beautiful legs, after all. Oh, please, Dad, no I don't. I'm jealous. You're so thin and gorgeous. If I were as tall as you, Shig and I sure would look like a lot more natural couple. Shig and I would sure look a lot more natural together. Is he your boyfriend? Huh, nothing quite like that. I guess you could say he's just a really important person to me. He always stands by me, accepts me for who I am despite all my flaws, and always supports me in whatever I choose to do. He sounds wonderful. Yeah, I'm not just saying this because we're in the same drama club, but he's like some kind of prince. Though if you ask Kishinuma, he's an evil wizard. Kishinuma has a thing for Ayumi, doesn't he? Oh, does that bother you? Are you taking an interest, perhaps? Oh, no, nothing like that. Sorry, I had to ask. Actually, Kishinuma's got it pretty rough. He's got a rival for Shinozaki's affection. But they look so cute together. They are a lot alike in many ways, particularly in their complete inability to be honest about how they feel. I'll bet it's a lot like when you're with Murashige, isn't it? Oh, come on, I already told you it's not like that with us. Though I guess I really don't know how to classify the way I feel. I mean, when I do finally see Shig, how should I react? What do I want him to do? Do I want him to pull me into his arms like Kishinuma did with Shinozaki? Or do I just want him to pat me on my head and tell me I did good? I guess I won't really know until the time comes, if it comes. It'll come, just like it did for Kishinuma and Ayumi. If you've seen the live action, I'm gonna spoiler alert. Ayumi is evil. She sacrifices. She tries to kill Naomi, which ends up with Moshida dying, and yeah, like she is so crazy for Moshida. Like she was willing to kill and sacrifice for him. So yeah, Kishinuma, stay out of that boat of crazy, please. But Mochida is able to reunite with Yuka. Mochida, not Moshida. With Yuka and Nakashima too, and Miss Yui and Shinohara. We'll all meet up and go back home and properly exchange that photo we took together after the cultural festival. I really want to see my friends too. Oh, I'm sorry, I've just been talking about myself all this time. I think I want to go scout around for them real quick. I have to go to the bathroom anyway. By yourself, isn't that dangerous? I'll only be gone for a moment. I guess thinking about her friends got her all worked up. She probably just couldn't sit still any longer. Suzumoto? Kishinuma, you're awake? Shouldn't you go with her just to be safe? I probably should. You stay here and keep an eye on Shinozaki. Thanks, I will. If anything happens, just yell really loud, okay? I'll smack Shinozaki till she's awake and the two of us will come running. Okay, the hallways are pretty dark, so I think I'm going to borrow one of her candles. Just be careful. Once you find Ogasawara, you two come right back here. You got it? To the girls' room. The bathroom felt empty. There was no indication of Nana's presence whatsoever. Maybe we passed one another without realizing it? No! Nana? What's wrong, Nana? The sound of the echo through the hall was like that of a butcher slicing up a large chunk of meat, bone and all. And this sound was accompanied by a dimly lit figure of Nana sprawled out on the ground in front of me. Or rather, part of Nana. It was really just the top half of her body, severed cleanly at the thigh. Her legs were completely gone. And the worst part is, she was still fully alert and aware. Ah, my legs! My legs! Nana! This girl's grisly sight was too much for me to handle. I became weak in the knees and fell backwards, landing on my butt. I couldn't move. It hurts! It hurts! My legs! My legs! My legs! Nana was bending and contorting her back and writhing on the ground as if struggling to escape the pain and the fear. I wanted to help her, but I had no idea what I should do. Nothing had ever prepared me for a situation like this. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even think. The sight of Nana's squirming body, gushing blood every which way, was burning itself into my mind. It was the most frightening thing I'd ever seen. It hurts! I could sense the presence of another person in the shadows just behind Nana's torso. Who was it? The darkness was all-encompassing past a certain point, giving only the vaguest notion of a human silhouette within an inking black void. Who's there? That's the locker room. No, wait, it's not. Where is this? What's back there? There should have led into the pool locker room, but the lighting, or lack of it, was completely wrong. There was also an indescribable foul odor wafting out from within, so powerful and revolting that I felt it would never leave my senses again. Whatever being was lurking in the shadows of that horrible room was getting closer to me step by step. I still couldn't make out a single feature, but frankly I didn't want to. His existence alone was threatening enough. Whoever this was, I could sense his shadow posturing itself over Nana's head as if preparing to swallow it whole. Like a crocodile. In fact, the shadow was beginning to resemble a crocodile more and more. Was this even a person? Oh, it's you. Stop! Please stop! The figure was now fully visible and was indeed a person, I think. He grabbed Nana by the head, then turned and began dragging her into the horrid room. She was clearly nearing death, as it took everything she had to scream and protest. Her voice was getting weaker and her writhing less pronounced. I couldn't even imagine how painful it must be to have one's severed body slowly dragged across the floor, exposed side down. It would be bad enough just having my head held in that massive, filthy grip. No, grip wasn't the right word. It really was more like a bite. God, no, save me, please, Mayu! No. For the primal screams of a person's last known bird. It's a sound no one should ever hear, much less produce. Once you hear it, it's the kind of thing you'll be hearing again for the rest of your life. Nothing can ever wipe it from your memory. It stays with you. I sat there dumbfounded, so disturbed that I could barely... This is why you don't walk away from the group, goddammit. And watched the slow slithering of Nana's body as she disappeared into the unknown. It only took a few seconds for her to vanish into blackness, but those were the longest few seconds of my life. And once she was gone, only a wide swath of blood remained, tracing her path down the hall and across the hellish threshold. Nana, I have to go save her. Don't do that. Help! Help! Mayu! Nana! Gathering all my courage, I ran at full speed towards the black void, but found no room to enter. Beyond the door was nothing more than a solid wall. What? No, where is she? Where was she taken? It was just as Shinozaki said. Right before my eyes, a human being was pulled into a space that simply no longer existed, pulled out of reality, and yet I could still hear her. No. I can't even describe how frightened I was. All I could do was scream and take off running away from there. Anywhere else was preferable. Why am I going this way? Nana isn't this way. She's behind me. I need to go back. I need to save her. I need to save Nana, but I'm just getting farther and farther away from her. No, I can't. I just can't. It's just not possible. Well, to be fair, her legs were just taken off. You don't have the medical supplies to help with that. Infection. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Nana. I couldn't do anything to save you. What do I say to Kishinuma and Shinozaki? We were just talking with her, and now look what's happened. Her legs were torn right off, right along the lines of those bruises. Wait, the bruises. Nana was sliced up in the exact spot where she had those markings. And I have markings just like that on my stomach, but that doesn't mean anything, right? It's just a coincidence, right? Oh, what is wrong with me worrying about myself at a time like this? But I can't help it. I opened my compact mirror and hastily brought it down to my abdomen. Lifting my shirt and loosening my skirt, I skirted a bit to get a better look. Oh god, no. I didn't have to look very hard. The color of the bruise on my abdomen had darkened significantly. It was far more pronounced now, particularly pulsating in purplish red. It looked more like some kind of demented crest than it had press that had surfaced from deep inside my body. No, no. It's darker, more clearly outlined, and it looks bigger now, too. Well, what is this? Why is it here? It's just a bruise, right? I'm sure it'll go away on its own over time if I leave it be. I just kept telling myself that. It would go away on its own. It's nothing, and I was starting to believe it. Being somewhat placated, I lifted the mirror up and prepared to shut it and put it away when I caught a quick glimpse of my face. I saw fear, I saw sadness, I saw defeat, but I also saw something else. No. At first I doubted my eyes, but I was seeing things. Nor was it a smudge on the mirror. It was another discolored bruise, just like the one on my abdomen. It was nowhere near as dark, but it was definitely there, and given enough time, it would probably get a lot darker. Why? When did I get this? Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe I just need to wipe it off. I tried spit shining it away with my finger, but all that did was make it wet. And each time I pressed down on it, the surrounding skin would turn white, creating a greater contrast and making it stand out more. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't going away. And if it just kept darkening, I might wind up like Nana. No, please, no, no, no! Torn apart at the seams. No! Susamoto, what's wrong with you? I thought I heard you scream. No luck in finding Ogasawara? I don't like the look of that. We'll help you search. Susamoto? No, stay back! I took a step away from them despite myself. What's going on? Please, just stay back. Nothing's going on, I swear. Did something happen? Did you see something in your compact? It's nothing. I didn't see anything. I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I couldn't let them see me like that. I didn't want them to see that hideous bruise. Wait, Susamoto! Susamoto! And they chase. What do I do? What do I do? I'm running again, but where? Where am I going? I have to get rid of this. If I can't, then I'll wind up like Nana. I have to hurry. I have to find some way of making this go away. I had some concealer in my makeup bag. Maybe I could hide. Maybe I could hide it. There we go. Can't see it at all now. All I have to do is get some sleep, and then when I wake up, that bruise will be long gone. I know it will. Yeah, I was getting all worked up over nothing. It was just a little mark on my face, after all. Probably just a result of all the stress I've been feeling here. Once things calmed down, it would go away for sure. Bad place to be. Definitely a bad place for you to be, darling. You're not supposed to be here. This is a really bad place for you. Hello. Welcome back. Oh shit. I don't remember closing the door. Nope, I'm gonna die. It won't open. And it wasn't like it was locked. Rather, I felt almost as if someone was holding it closed with superhuman strength. Oh, there's the hair. Suddenly I realized why. The door was wrapped multiple times over with thin black threads. How had I not noticed these a moment ago? What the? Is this human hair? I looked at it the more closely and concluded without a question that that's exactly what it was. I felt an unpleasant heat radiating all along my back muscles across my entire spine. I was being watched. There was some sort of moist, lukewarm presence in the room with me, and slowly but surely I could sense it moving. Who's there? Who is behind me? I was too scared to turn around. This room. It was a little girl wearing a red dress. Probably a first or second grader. Her skin was as pale as pottery, contrasting with her lacquer-like hair, and she looked somehow familiar. Ah, this is the girl from the newspaper who survived the murders. Sachiko Shinozaki. But that can't be right. That happened over 30 years ago. This room is so lifeless. I know what it needs. A human autopsy model. I want to dissect a human. What? Have you come to play with us again? No, please no. Something was dripping onto the back of my hand. Are these tears? That's what I thought at first, anyway. If I had started to cry, I wasn't aware, but considering what I was going through, it wouldn't have been surprising in any way. I wonder just how much I cried since getting sealed up in this godforsaken place. Probably more than I'd ever cried before in my entire life. But these weren't tears, were they? Was it blood, then? Did these children do something to me? Sure enough, I reached up and touched my face, and my fingers came in contact with something sticky and red. What did you do to me? We didn't do anything. Suzuko's answer was cold and disinterested, and came accompanied with a crooked, fiery smile. She was just a child, yet one glance from her made every hair on my body stand on end. How about you take a look in your mirror? We'll wait, just for a little bit, though. Sachiko's face somehow made me feel as if there might be two sides to her, one gentle and one not. But regardless of which I was dealing with here, I wasn't able to go against her recommendation. I was legitimately curious myself. I took my compact, opened it, and... Why? No, please. The bruise I'd concealed with makeup had sprung back to the surface once again, though it could hardly be called a bruise anymore. My skin had a literal split open from the inside, and blood was beginning to seep out through the pinkish tissue bead by bead. No, this can't be happening. It can't be. No. It's happening. That's all you. If you hadn't fought it, you might have been able to die quickly, but you are going to die. You're going to be torn open along those cracks on your belly. The bruise along my stomach and abdomen had followed suit, splitting open and dripping dark red blood everywhere. At this point, I'd completely lost any ability to think or reason. I was a goner, and I knew it. What's worse than dying in an instant? By getting smashed against a wall. Getting slowly, carefully torn apart. That's what. Let's play! Come play! Let's play! Time to begin the autopsy, everyone. No, please, stay away! Stay away! Yeah, I was a goner. I couldn't fight it. Somewhere deep in the pit of my soul, I knew there was no way out. This unimaginably cruel fate was predestined. I couldn't escape. Oh, sure, I tried to run. I squirmed and resisted with every last bit of strength I had, but fate had me by the ankle and it wasn't about to let go. If only I could force myself to lose consciousness, maybe I could avoid the unbearable agony that I knew was coming, but sadly, I wasn't that strong-willed. I could feel the hands of children all over my body, coming from virtually every direction, and they were really digging. It hurts! It hurts! No, I'm dying. Save me, Shig. Shig? Your dear Shig won't be coming to rescue. No chance, no hope. I was seized with a pain unlike anything I'd ever even imagined possible before. I couldn't talk, I couldn't move, couldn't even think. I felt like my head was going to explode under the pressure of the millions of nerves all telling my brain just how much every part of my body hurt. And it didn't stop. Every moment it grew worse and worse. Then I began to drift away. What an awful stink, like decorating the walls, or maybe the hallway outside with our new autopsy model. This school is getting livelier all the time. Sachiko's voice sounded like it was far in the distance. It was then I realized the agony I'd been feeling had changed. I was no longer in pain, but a chill. I didn't hurt anymore. I was just cold. So cold that I couldn't even feel my body. So cold. So very, very cold, Shig. I can't even move a finger anymore. But even if I'm dead, and even if my body is unsightly and is an unsightly mess, I hope you won't think poorly of me. As Shig, my final wish is that Shig be the one to find my body. As long as it's not too revolting to look at anyway. I want him to think I'm pretty. I miss him. Shig, bro. Demise. Yosei. Cleared. Encounter number 3 is now playable. Yuji Nakamura, Yuka Nanri. Full testimony unlocked in bonus menu. Well, that was exciting, but that's all for today. Seems like the first 2 episodes are both about 2 hours long, so that probably tells me majority of them will be 2 hours long. So I'm only going to do 1 a day, because I am not going to kill my voice like I did with Deathmark. Not again. Not ever again. Unless it's really good. Gotta be worth it for that. Alright. And look, I didn't really cough. Because I'm finally getting better after a month. Alright, so I'll see everybody next time.